Good afternoon, 7th grade. Dr. Walgast here, and I'm just wanting to visit with you briefly here at the start of your cat time today to go through some things in the student handbook. Understand that the student handbook has been sent to your iPad already, and it should be. If it hasn't been done so, the teachers will be working with you to get that loaded onto your iBook so that you always have it there. Understand that the student handbook has all kinds of items and rules and regulations as to how we will handle things here in the Olathe School District. You're responsible for everything in there, even if I don't cover it during this presentation, as I'm only going to cover 4 or 5 items. Okay? All right, let's talk about a few things. First, I want to talk to you about attendance and tardies. It's really important that you are at school each and every day. It helps you grow not only academically, but also socially. And that's very, very important to us that you are continuing to learn and grow throughout this entire school year. So again, if you're healthy and you're okay to be at school, please be at school. We need you here so that we can continue to help you grow as an individual. Also related to tardies, it's very, very important to me that you are in class on time because I want our teachers to be able to teach from bell to bell. We have a new policy in place that works with our tardies. First of all, if you are considered late to class, if by the time that bell finishes ringing, you are not in that classroom. If that were to happen, you're going to go right to the attendance office, which is located in our counseling center up here in the front. In that office, you're going to work with Miss Bray, and she will process you through. She'll record your tardy that you have and give you a pass back to class. Understand that once you start accumulating tardies, things could happen like phone calls home to parents, lunch detentions, or before and after school detentions. So don't put yourself in that boat. It is very easy to get from place to place in this building in a 5-minute period. I want to shift gears here and talk a little bit about safety. It's very, very important that we have a safe environment for everyone, students, staff, and whomever that might be inside of our building. One thing that always comes up in a school setting is that topic of bullying. And it's very important that you understand that is something that just cannot be occurring here at Chisholm Trail. It's not acceptable and it's not appropriate for you to be doing something to another student, whether you're saying it to them, whether you're touching them, whether you're hitting them, whatever it might be, that they are not comfortable with. If that should happen and you become a victim of bullying, I encourage you to talk to an adult immediately so that we can address the issue. And understand we will take it very seriously and we will handle it accordingly and appropriately with the students involved. Also, I would ask students that don't be just an innocent bystander. If you see something taking place that you know is wrong and you know it's not appropriate to be happening, step in and stick up for your classmate and your family member and make sure that they are treated okay and that they feel safe and comfortable being a student here at Chisholm Trail. Let's shift gears again and talk dress code. As I've always shared with students, we really want to make sure that you are at school dressed appropriately for a school setting. If something that you're wearing is considered to be disruptive in a classroom, a teacher's going to send you to the office and we'll work with you to make sure that we get you in an appropriate manner in regards to your dress. I know a lot of the female students had talked to me this summer about tank tops and those kinds of things, and as I've told you, as long as you are handling that appropriately, we're going to allow that to happen. That means, though, we shouldn't be seeing any undergarments and you shouldn't have parts of your body exposed or showing that shouldn't be. Very simple as that. If that does occur, then we will ask you to correct your dress that you are currently in, and if it does become a frequent habit that you are not dressed appropriately, we'll be taking that away from students, and we don't want to do that. Just handle yourself appropriately and make sure you're wearing things that are fitting for a school setting. Let's talk about electronics, and the first thing I want to talk about, of course, is your cell phones. I know most of you have them, and I understand the need for them, but they're not necessarily something that's needed and necessary here at school. So we're going to ask that you keep those put away at all times. The only exception would be if a teacher is going to ask you to do something with them during a classroom setting. Cell phones, no need for them, so have them put away, turned off, whatever it needs to be. If by chance a cell phone would be out and you would be using it or would go off in class, a teacher's going to take that from you and that will be turned over to the administration. We'll give it back to you at the end of the day, but understand that if that becomes a continuous pattern, we will make it so you're no longer allowed to bring your phone to school. Let's shift gears a moment and talk about the iPad. You were issued those last week, and how fortunate you are that you're in the middle school student here on Olathe, and you get the opportunity to have an iPad to enhance your educational experience. A couple of things I want to touch base with you about. First of all, this video you're watching was actually done with what's called iMovie, an app on your iPad. So we're even going to be using these as adults to enhance the educational experience that you have. With that being said, we need you to do the same. This is an educational device and should only be used for school activities and to complete school tasks. Shouldn't be used as a gaming device or a social media device. And understand that anything and everything you do while using this iPad, you're subject to everything associated with it under the Student Code of Conduct and the acceptable use policy that all students and families are familiar with. This is the property of the Olathe School District. Please keep that in mind. And that includes not only if you're using it here at school, but also at home or at any place. Finally, please make sure you're taking care of it. Keep it in the case at all times. That's going to be your best bet to make sure nothing does happen to it. But understand if it does become damaged or broken, you and your family are going to be responsible to pay for some of the fees associated with that. So don't do that to yourself and, more importantly, to your parents. Last thing I want to talk to you about is our program associated with completion of assignments. We call it our unfinished business plan, related to assignments that are not handed in. One thing I want to assure you, students, is that your teachers are going to do a great job in making sure that the work they assign to you is meaningful and it does enhance your learning. Thus, with that being said, we need you to complete all tasks. It isn't an option to not do your work at Chisholm Trail. Here's how this plan works. Very simply, if your assignment is due on a certain date and you do not have it completed, the teachers are going to have you complete a form that indicates you didn't get that assignment done. They're going to give you one school day to get that back into them, and if you do that, no questions, no issues. You're going to work directly with your teacher in regards to that. After that, though, if the assignment is still not in, the teacher has the opportunity, if they want to turn that over to the administration. And in this case, it would be myself, because I'll be working with the 7th grade this year. And then I will start working with you and your parents to make sure we get that assignment completed. It's possible you could spend time with me at lunch working on your assignment there, or even before or after school. And also understand work that's not completed by the end of the week is subject for you to stay and attend what's called Friday school, because we want to make sure you are staying current in all of your classes. It's for your best interest and your benefit. With that being said, I do want to thank you all for a great start to the school year. We couldn't be more excited at the work of the 7th grade. I know your teachers appreciate all you're doing, and we do as well from the administrative offices. With that being said, have a wonderful, wonderful remainder of your day, and keep up the good work. And I will be around to some of the classes today and over the next few days to answer any questions that you might have. Please share those with your teacher if I don't make it into your classroom today, so that we can make sure we address those when I am able to make it into your room. Have a great day.